Shubor nakaslem jong Nongsan Hima.
Nonghikai hapok kashatri ka Federation of All School Teachers of Meghalaya. Hende kasngi kila Pynlong ya ka Jingïaid Hamadan Malki bandawa na ka Sorkar halor ka tulap ka baki day banyo. Nonghialam jong Nonghikai habaki kren ha ka ni ka Jingïaid kila Pynrem ya ka Sorkar halor ka jingle menti jongka ha ka baya day bat ka tulap jong Nonghikai. Shushu nakalyang Nonghikai kila ledbo ru da ka jingtho syaka DC ban pentip syaka banadut lasay kasngi ka fastam kan Pynlong da ka jingakhi ka bajay-jay. Kani ka kenhuan Nonghikai kala shimru yakarai ban Pynlong da ka Jingïaid rally ka bajay-jay sya sekretariat lasay kasngi ka arpawar tarek ulber arhajar arpawar.
We have unanimously to decide that we will ask permission from the DC office, and by tomorrow is that we will have a rally, peace rally, to the secretariat, and also we'll have to repeat the same agitation as we have done in the last January 17 and 18 January last. We will stand in the main gate of the secretariat till the government call us. So we have sought the approval from today's meeting.
Snem arhajar khat mriu komut mentai ngala Jingïaid mriu snem ka jingyo jongi kalong kaparit de bat ka jingkiu dor ki mar ki mata kadang mi isngi kadang kiu dor bat kembali keren di perlok yong ba nilabu ya kawai ka proposal namar ba ngilong kumbangi ya dai dor bat ka Sorkar naru snem arhajar kat kendai ka jingtiman ka jongi kalong deficit system lani patent deficit Nrai hadian mengisau tu bagi government ke Aidau bi Gomdan Pisa au Januari katarik arhajar arpuar kemud nila submit ya gawai ke proposal pat ke balong bi nak benta khat prahajar kemud si benai kan berkiu tulap di Nonghikai khabaro jang ki kategori kemud nadu LP UP secondary but higher secondary bat bai hakan ni ke jinglut ni labu ak de proposal kemud ke jinglut kala ban poi la kemud khat lai kulur ha ka shibna te kemud ka exact kemud ya ka figure ngin yo hadian ba ka department of education kemud kan pendap ya ka proposal nomor ka exact figure jeng Nonghikai kemud ka don ha ka department ni ha ka jingtip ki jongi ni dan be ba prahajar duna te kemud ba lada ka government kemud ka suyat sngap kumne kemud kumal keren ki perlok kemud niladan lagi jong kita ki pelan ke ke ba ngin sa shim ye klenti ki senjam ki ba kham nang ni syakmat na ka benta ngin yo ya ka jingdawa ka jong habaya keren kendiat ma iwan ya keren na kaliang jong district administration sigo ibu tangkawai ka jingkat yang ba as teachers kemud kum Nonghikai kemud ba balai pin khen kan ya ka ain ta at least ta ngi pediang ya kata ta ni ong ba nginem kwa ban pin khen namar bangi dai Nonghikai te kamut namar ta kadaw ni bu ya ka appointment menta ka singi menta ka janmiet i bat EDC bangin ra ya kata ka jingdiman kamut ka jing pentip sa i bangin sedang ya kata ka program jangi na du la syai ka singi katang gawai ka bangan ong mga kalong bait ka kin fareng ki ong kata ka political will lada ka Sorkar ka don ya kata ka political will nya slow ba kam dan jing namar ba kum kanuksa ngitip ba menta ka la jan leki issue election kamut nang ni syakmat di kendang mi ki district ki batamai ki blok ki batamai bat kum ta ter balai ki mi kita baga Sorkar ka don ya kata ka minsim manle te wat ya ka kam jongi runginget ba lada ka Sorkar ka kudjing mut da ka baskem gamut ka kala manle namar ba ka don de ka bor ban sna ya ka Pisa gamut ling ba ki revenue ila ban kan kiyo ka percentage ma jaga revenue let's say da 10% 8% ban pendap ya kan di ka jingdan kam ka jongi.
See, our course of action is very clear. We will first stage a peaceful rally so that the students will not be disturbed. We will be giving the board exams, so we are keeping them in our minds and in our hearts. So a full-fledged agitation will not take place until the end of the examination. However, if the government think that we are weak because we are few and we are like taking part in this peaceful protest. I just want to assure the government that we have already come up with a blueprint on what we should do. And I think right now is not the time that we tell the government everything that we will be doing. However, we already have the blueprint, and in the course of time, should the government not pay heed, the government will itself know. We will not have to tell in the press what we are going to do. The government will witness what the ad hoc teachers are going to do. Around less than 8,000 ad hoc teachers in the state of Nonghikai, if we include all the categories. But the number, we do not have the exact number right now because there are those schools who have just been granted the ad hoc scheme like recently, and we are yet to get the numbers. We just got the old numbers, and we have also updated some of the numbers, but we are yet to confirm. It is also quite difficult for us to say how many because some schools have also surrendered in the past 1 year or so. They have surrendered their position of being an ad hoc school. So based on that, we do not really have the correct number as to how many exact ad hoc schools are there in the state. As a teaching community, we are not extortioners. We do not extort, so we do not demand. But however, in this case, we have to demand, but we cannot really put a deadline right now because this is a fresh new agitation that we are undertaking. So we are not putting a deadline. If the government does not pay heed, then maybe we will have to also give a deadline, and let's see what happens. Like I said, I do not want to tell the government everything that we are going to do. However, we have already planned what we are going to do. When it comes to the salary of the ad hoc teachers, it's different for the different categories, right, from the LP, UP, and secondary and higher secondary. It differs among them. But since we all are doing the exact same work and we have taught for so long, so we decided that maybe it is time that we demand the same increment this time. Because last time when in 2016 when we got our last increment, that is the 100% increment, some of the pays of the teachers were raised too high and some of the pays of the teachers did not reach even to half of what the ad hoc higher secondary teachers have got. So based on that, we came to an agreement that we will demand this time the same amount with the same incentive as 5% every single year. With regards to the fund constraint, I guess earlier today I have discussed on that, why there is a fund constraint. One is that the government is wasting money on useless festivals where it is wasting a lot of money with no revenue. Despite the government saying that it is generating a lot of revenue from these international festivals with ambassadors from Japan and all visiting Meghalaya. But what did we get from that? We are not getting anything, and if we are getting something, then we demand from the government to tell us what are we benefiting from these festivals, and if we are really generating revenue from this, and if the tourism department is really flourishing from this, then please show us the numbers. And if you also talk about the tourism sector in Meghalaya, as you can see that most of the places right now in Meghalaya, they are all destroyed. Most of these tourist spots are dirty and you do not really enjoy the view as you would like to enjoy. So based on that, I think the Meghalaya is not really ready for tourism, but that is a totally different thing. However, if we come back to the budget, the government of Meghalaya last year also has returned 5,242 crores back to the central government because it was not able to produce a utilization certificate. However, in last year's budget session, also Lakshman Rimbu, the education minister, has stated that in order to increase the pay of the ad hoc teachers to be at par with the deficit teachers, it needs 500 crores. So we are asking for only 10%. 10% of the 100% that is wasted and that is returned to the central government. So if the government spends that 10% on us, it will be able to provide a utilization certificate. And maybe the government should rethink on the people that are working in the government right now, because they are the ones who are doing the work, and maybe they are not doing the right work. That is why our state has not been able to produce a utilization certificate. We made clear in 2019 of August when we met with the Chief Minister of Meghalaya here, and we also met with Mr. Ramdas Athawale at this very ground, where we asked the government to deficitize the ad hoc teachers of Meghalaya. It was there that the Chief Minister of Meghalaya said that he will call us in the month of November and we are going to have a discussion and so on. But then that has not happened till date. So on the 17 and 18 of January 2022, our leaders staged a protest at the State Central, that's Secretariat. And on the 18th, we met with the Secretary to the Government of Meghalaya, Sir Ambrose Marak, and based on the discussion that we had, a new proposal has been sent to the government by Custom, that is to have our pays increased by 18,000 and 5% of increment every single year, irrespective of LP, UP, secondary and high secondary. So that nothing has come up even after that proposal was made. So we waited for 2 months, and today we stick with the proposal that has already been sent, and we will be waiting for the government to highlight. See, we are no longer negotiating with the government. It is on the part of the government that they should negotiate with us. We have told the government what we want. We have bargained with the government based on their terms. Now it is the government who should listen to our demands and who should come to the table of agreement with us. And should the government not pay heed to our demands, then we will stage an indefinite agitation until our demands are met. So that is what we have decided. Interesting question that you ask, and that also has a very interesting answer, because the Secretary of the Government of Meghalaya did not tell us anything about the implications. He did not tell us anything about what is going to happen. He just told us that a proposal is yet to be drafted from his office to the office of the Chief Minister. That is it. That is the only conversation we have. So there are no other communications and no other things that we have spoken. But then, yes, it has also been said that maybe the government, while some of the leaders have had a talk, that maybe the government will have to do away with 13 crores from the government's pocket with regards to this. So we do not really know. The numbers that we are getting, it's really confusing. Sometimes we are getting in crores, but we do not really know whether these crores that the numbers that we are getting, do they really mean something, or is it just a number that is being used to divert our attention?